Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Clutch here, and today guys, we're back on the NBA 2K20. I hope y'all are having a great day and everything's going well for you guys. You know what we're doing is, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can build Karl Anthony Towns Cat here in NBA 2K20. Alright guys, so we are going to make this build here a center because Cat is a center. We're going to make it right-handed, number 32. Now guys, Cat is one going to be, again, as I mentioned, I didn't mention him in like the Luka video yesterday, but he is again going to be one of these stars that is leading the NBA in years to come, which is going to be exciting because it's going to be great to, to see other people perform well and have the face of the NBA be in really good hands. Let's build a center here, guys. Go ahead and hit continue. Now, when it comes to this skill breakdown, again, for a Cat build, I feel like there's pretty much one, and it's going to be this finishing in the shooting pie chart here, because with this pie chart, you're going to be able to, you have decent post moves, and you can also space the floor with your shooting, and you can finish at the rim. Pretty good all-around center build. This category for you with this build is going to be your defense. I know that's kind of sucks, but this is, if you want to get an offensive-minded center, you need to pretty much sacrifice your defense. That's your only option. Now, when it comes to the physical profile, this is my opinion on centers. I prefer the balanced pie chart. Now, some people could argue for the speed and the vertical, but to me, when you look at this, there's a difference of 2 speed, there's a difference of 1 excel, there's a difference of 3 vertical, but your strength on this goes up by, that's 16. To me, that's so much worth it over like a hit of 3 vertical. It's just such a better idea to go balanced because that helps your strength, and I get it hurts your vertical, but I'm like, your vertical and your speed doesn't really matter for a center build. You're big, so it doesn't end up making too much of a difference. In this, you're more average. It's not like your strength is crazy, but I feel like this also represents Cat. He's not the quickest guy. He's definitely not the, he's not the strongest guy, but he's definitely not the weakest, and he can't really necessarily jump the highest. There's definitely, he's not the most athletic. I'm going to go balance. When it comes to these attributes, these get very, very, very specific. So I'm going to bring this close shot up to a 76, this driving layup up to a 60. Our driving dunk, we're going to max out at a 65. This standing dunk, I'm going to bring up to a 76, and then this post hook, I'm going to bring to an 87. So that's going to give us 13 finishing badges there. Shooting stats, I'm going to go ahead and max out this mid-range shot, the 3-point shot. Our post fade, we're going to leave it a 9. Max out this pass accuracy and our ball handle, 73 pass accuracy and a 49 ball handle. Post move, I'm going to put it at 79. He goes 15 playmaking badges. Now with the rest of these, I'm going to add these onto interior D, defensive rebound, lateral quickness, and then these last 39 I'm going to chuck on my offensive rebound, and that'll give me 2 defensive badges. So overall, this is giving you 13 finishing, 16 shooting, 15 playmaking, and 2 defensive badges. So overall, that is going to give you a total of 46 badges, and I know that's not in a ton of badges, like compared to other builds. Some are getting like 55, but if you want a Cat build, this is what you need to go with. Great thing about this build is you can score, your standing dunks high enough so you'll have good standing dunks. You can do post moves. You can, your post hooks and your post moves and your shots from the post is where you're going to excel. You can also space the floor with having a 74 mid-range and a 73 point as of right now. So you're able to space the floor with your shooting, but you're also able to do post moves. So overall, that's good, and your strength's decently high by picking that balanced pie chart, so you'll be able to push people down. We're going to go with this for the attributes. Now when it comes to the body shape, I would feel like Cat is solid, but again, this doesn't really matter. You can pick whatever you like, whatever you prefer on your players, but I'm going to go solid. Now when it comes to the height, guys, Cat is 6'11", so I am going to make this build 6'11". That'll boost up pretty much everything, our speed, our vertical, our excel, and it also helps our mid-range, our 3-point, our driving dunk as well. So we're going to go with, now for his weight, Cat is 245. I'm going to make this build 245. But if you'd like a sweet spot here, it would be 249, where that gives you a 1+ boost to your strength and you don't lose anything. But I'm going to go 245 for this weight. For his wingspan, I didn't even bother looking it up. I feel like for this build, it's pretty obvious. You're going to want to minimize the wingspan because you want to get the best shooting stats possible. This, you're getting an 80 mid-range shot in a build that's 6'11", which is better than some slashing guards, obviously, because they're slashers. You'll be able to shoot incredibly well with having this smaller wingspan. And again, you're taller than most people. So by having short arms, it's really not going to affect you too much because you're going to be able to shoot over them anyways just because of your size. So we're going to go with that 83-inch wingspan. For the takeovers, we either get post scoring or spot up shooter. Me personally, I'm going to post scorer because we're going to be shooting, fadeaways and things like that with this build. And also, just so you guys know, for the post scoring takeover, it does boost your interior D by 10, your interior defense by 10 when you have your post scoring takeover. That's something I don't think a lot of people knew. It's kind of a hidden thing that I've kind of figured out. So we're going to go with the post scoring take, but if you'd like, the spot up shooter takeover is a good option. But I'm going to go post scoring takeover because that's what I feel like Cat helps with Cat. And also with post scoring takeover, you can definitely hit some open threes by putting some badges on. So we're going to go post scoring takeover, guys. And for this build, we are going to get an interior finisher similar to Nikola Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, and Marvin Bagley III. So overall, I feel like this represents how Karl Anthony Towns plays pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the badges, and this is a great center build to have. It definitely can space out the floor compared to like some other interior finishers that you may have seen. This build, I feel like the name is wrong because really, you're not really an interior finisher. Your finishing stats aren't ridiculous ridiculously high. You're able to shoot with this build extremely well, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys those badges. So when it comes to these two defensive badges, I know you don't have a lot of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on Intimidator and Rim Protector, and again, these you only have two, so it's kind of hard to pick. I'm just going to go with those two. We only have two, so the options are really limited, but I would say Intimidator would be good, Rim Protector, Rebound Chaser would be good, Post Move, Lockdown, any of those, but I'm just going to go with Intimidator and Rim Protector. Comes to these 15 playmaking badges, having 15 playmaking badges on a 6'11 build is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Quick First Step on gold. I feel like that's a great badge to have. It'll definitely help you dribble, so we're going to use that. Now I'm going to put Bailout on bronze, and again, we have a little bit of extra playmaking badges, so I'm going to use Bailout just in case we go for a layup, we can at least try to throw the ball out and it's not a completely awkward and awful pass. If you guys haven't noticed, you know, with centers and things, if you try to pass out of a jump shot or anything out of a layup, they're usually completely awful throws and they completely go out of bounds. So I'm just going to put that on bronze, and hopefully that should help out. Now I'm going to put Post Spin Technician on gold for this build. I feel like that is a good badge to use when you're going to want to try to be able to do moves in the post. Now I'm also going to put Dream Shake on gold because, again, we want to be able to do work in the post. We want to be able to get people to bite on fakes in the post, so we're going to throw those on there. Now I'm going to put Unpluckable on silver, and again, you could put this up to gold, but some people claim Unpluckable doesn't really work on gold. Personally, I'm just going to leave it on silver. You could almost leave it on bronze if you'd like. Then we got these three things left. Now what I'm going to do with these is I feel like you could either put these on Needle Threader, Break Starter, or Lob City Passer. I'm going to put them on Break Starter just because with this build, we're probably going to be getting the rebounds and throwing those outlet passes. We're going to put that there. But if you want to throw lobs, throw Lob City Passer on there, and you should be able to throw some great lobs. That's just another option, but really, you don't have many to pick from. Pass Fake Maestro, you're never going to use that. Flashy Passer, I doubt you would use. So really, you pretty much have your decisions made for you already. But we're going to go with those for those playmaking badges. Now when it comes to these shooting badges, guys, I'm going to put Quick Draw on silver. Again, that's just my opinion. That's where I like it. Go ahead and put it with whatever you're used to. Now, I'm going to put Range Extender on Hall of Fame. This badge, especially for this build, you're going to want it just because with this, you're going to be able to, you want to be able to space the floor out as much as possible. By having a center that can shoot, it adds so much, it helps the game out so much more because if you have slashing guards, by having to pull that other center out, it pretty much gives them a free lane if they can beat their guard. So I feel like that's a definite badge you're going to want to use. Now I'm going to put Catch and Shoot on bronze and Corner on bronze, just in case we leak out to the corner, we can have that little bit statistic boost. Again, by Catch and Shoot, having anywhere, if we're on the wing or anywhere, we can use that. Now I'm going to put Deadeye, having it there, we should be able to, you know, help nail down our shots if someone's contested. Now I'm going to put Deep Fades on gold. With this build especially, you're going to be shooting fades. That is one of the main ways you're going to be scoring. So that's a good badge to use, and you could go ahead and put it higher or lower, really whatever you're used to for that. Now with these last 3 points, I feel like there's a few choices you could use. You could use Hot Zone Hunter if you have your hot zones, and then you could throw that up to gold. That'd be a good one to use. Volume Shooter, again, if you're going to be shooting more with this build, I feel like you will be shooting pretty consistently, but if you're taking a lot of shots, throw a Volume Shooter. You might as well. Green Machine would be another good one to use. You could also add Pick and Popper because if you're going to be setting picks with this build, you can go ahead and fade away. I'm just going to put these on Hot Zone Hunter, but those are some other options you guys could throw these shooting badges on. When it comes to these finishing badges, I'm going to put Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame. Again, this badge, it's a no-brainer. Everyone, realistically, Contact Finisher should be on as high as you can possibly get it, no matter the build, unless you have like a 6-foot guard. I'm going to put it on there though. Now I'm going to put Back Down Punisher on gold because with this build you're going to be backing people down. So it's an obvious badge. You're going to want to use it, and especially this should help you with your post fades. If you can back people down and then you can fade out of that, you'll be great. Now I'm going to put Fancy Footwork on silver. I feel like that's a good badge to use. You're going to want it just to have the opportunity to do those hop and Euro steps and how overpowered those are this year. So we're going to use that. Now with these last 4 finishing badges, I'm going to put Relentless on silver, but again, you don't need to use Relentless Finisher. That's just an option. I feel like Lob City Finisher could be a good option to use if you want to be catching lobs a lot. I'm going to put Cross Key Scorer on here just so in case we're doing any layups, we have a better chance of making those. Then another badge that could be good to use is either Slithery Finisher, Consistent Finisher, or Drop Stepper. Again, that just comes down to how you want to play. If you're going to be doing drop steps, use Drop Stepper, but if not, don't use it. If you want to be more kind of drive and things, use Consistent or Slithery. Mess around with those. But this is what I would do for these finishing badges, guys. Overall, I feel like this can create a really, really well-rounded center build with a name that is misleading. Like, you would assume you're playing against this build, you can't shoot, but realistically, really good high shooting stats. Overall, this is a really good way you can build a Karl Anthony Towns build of the Minnesota Timberwolves in NBA 2K20, guys. If you guys have not, please subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more NBA 2K20 builds coming up here soon. But anyways, guys, it's been King Clutch here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and peace out, guys. Thanks.